trying to figure out why my headphones are not connecting. All right, here we go. I think that worked. Fingers crossed. All right. I have a feeling tomorrow's Survivor Series is going to be wild. I just don't know what to even think, honestly. I was going to do my predictions today, but I don't really know who I think's going to win. So we'll have those tomorrow because then I'll make a decision. But right now I'm just torn on a lot of the things, we'll just call it. Four versus With that being said, what match are you most excited for? I think I'm most excited for the men's match, but honestly, the women's match is right there too, because I don't know what's going to happen in either one of those. I won't be able to stream Survivor Series tomorrow because I actually have a Thanksgiving dinner. But we'll definitely be watching during the Thanksgiving dinner. So I have a feeling Jay's gonna lose that match. I mean, I would love for Jay to win, but I have a feeling I would love for Jay to win, but I feel like Jacob's going to. Starting off with Queen Bianca. So, who do we think attacked Jade? I talked about it a little bit on my Raw stream, and I'm curious to know what everybody thinks. At first, I thought it was Naomi. Then I was like, well, maybe it was Bayley because she was quick to like help Bianca, and I think she's gonna want to be a part of it. But then I feel like Bayley's kind of an obvious choice, and I don't think it'll be that obvious. So the newest member is Bayley. I mean, I felt like we knew that. Sis is extremely happy to be there too. Hi. Yeah, I know this is taped. I didn't watch or I didn't see any spoilers cuz I try to stay away from them when they do pre-recorded shows like this because I want to watch it and not see like Twitter. But I'm super excited for Survivor Series tomorrow. And then what's throwing me off right now Is the report first said, the Jade was written off because she was actually injured, but then now there's a report out that she's not injured and it's part of a storyline? So I'm like, what is the truth? If she's not injured, do we think she shows up tomorrow night and attacks her attacker? That could be a possibility. That's so many good female superstars in that match. Honestly, I'm pretty pumped for that one. I don't know how the teams are going to work together because they're crazy. But I'm really excited for that match and just all the talent that it has. See, I I feel like Bailey is the obvious choice, so maybe it won't be her. But I feel like it has to be her. She benefits the most from it. I don't know. Obviously. This team is stacked, honestly. To I am so ecstatic that the Bears fired their coach. It is about freaking time. I just I am I honestly that game losing that game yesterday was the best thing that ever happened to us because it made them realize that we have a coaching problem. It was it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was so bad. I mean, I had no words. I was at a loss for words after that game. But like I said, it honestly is the best thing to happen to us because we finally got rid of that guy. I didn't know if we were ever going to get rid of that guy. When a guy goes 2-12 in his division, something's wrong. Speak, Naomi. Listen, I would take anybody from the Lions because they are so good right now. Um, I they named Thomas Brown the interim coach, which I'm kind of intrigued to see what he does because I will say our offense has been better since he's taken over the play calling. So I'm intrigued to see how that goes the next few games because I think if he does good, they'll keep him. But it also depends on who's looking for a job. We know that. Tiffy looks fab. She's not wrong. Again, not wrong. like this is like preschool. You big dummy. Oh, she's planting that seed. Because we already know Bianca was suspicious. Okay. Oh, this match is about to be a mess. You guys, it's going to be insane. Yeah, now you knew you were not about to get out of that ring. Okay, but I find it funny that Liv and Rhea were talking shit to each other, but Rhea went right to Raquel instead. That just lets me know that there's going to be a big beef between them. I hope Tiffy cashes in tomorrow. Number one, I'm tired of waiting. But number two, I think it makes the most sense. I mean, you have both champions in the ring. But honestly, I'm just tired of waiting. I have a feeling that the Rhea and Liv feud is going to be past after War Games because we saw Liv and Io fighting there, and we saw Rhea go right after Raquel. So I feel like that's the feuds that we're moving on because we know Io has a shot at the title. So I feel like we're moving on from Liv and Rhea, at least for the moment. I also don't think there's a chance that Shinsuke wins tomorrow. I feel like that would be just way too soon. But I don't feel like that's the end of that feud. I feel like that feud will continue for a little while. I have to make my predictions video, you guys, and I honestly have no idea at this point on several of the matches. I just feel like there could be 1,000 different ways that they could go. I do. I really feel like Damien is gonna win for sure. I just don't know why we would make Gunther look weak if Damian doesn't win. For the Bloodline match, I really don't know. I feel like there's going to be some crazy shit to go down in that match. I don't feel like it's just going to be them 5 fighting. I feel like something's going to happen. And for the women's match, I really think Team Rhea is going to win on the women's match, because I have a strong theory about Tiffy cashing in. Bayley did take Jade's spot, which makes me suspicious of Bayley, because now you got everything you wanted, but it still also feels very obvious. Maybe Bayley and Naomi are in it together. I don't know. Could be. I feel like we are going to get a heel turn for Naomi. So maybe they did it together. I feel like Bayley has the most to gain because now she has a match at Survivor Series. But I also feel like that's too obvious, and WWE is never obvious. I also wonder if maybe it's somebody we're not even thinking about, like Charlotte Flair. I mean, she teased her return just a few weeks ago on social media, and we know that her and Jade kind of had a little bit of a run-in before, when Jade first arrived. So is it somebody that we don't even know? I don't know. I did see that WWE and Alexa Bliss are finalizing her return, so I'm very excited about that because I love Alexa Bliss. I've been waiting for her return for a while now, so I cannot wait to see what they have in store for her. I I honestly really hope she joins the Wyatt Six because she worked with Bray for so long and they were so good together, and I feel like it would be like a one last like tribute to Bray, and I would really like that. But either way, I don't care what she comes back as. I'm just excited she's coming back. There's gonna be like, I think they said like 18 inches of snow during that Niners Bills game, or like over the few days. So it's gonna be a cold one for San Fran. I definitely feel like LA Knight's gonna come out and attack Shinsuke during this match, especially after he's been attacking him the last few weeks. Survivor Series. So I won't. I know I won't be able to be on for probably most of Survivor Series. I may be able to join afterwards though, so we'll see how it goes. Either way, I will be on at some point in time to discuss the chaos that ensues. Because I know it's going to be chaos. We're doing work to our house, and then we have Thanksgiving dinner. For all of you that are on Twitch and YouTube, that's what that box back here is for. It's all of our like computer equipment because we're building a desk here for like a office area. So I'm gonna get a actual office area. Favorite pay-per-view? Honestly, I've always loved the Royal Rumble. because you never know who you're going to get to see. And I feel like we get some older people back, we get new people, we get, NXT talent brought up. And so I love that in the Royal Rumble, we get to showcase so many different people. So probably Royal Rumble. And then number 2 is WrestleMania. Number 3, SummerSlam. But I think Royal Rumble takes the cake for me just because we get to see so many different people and showcase so much talent. I would love to see AJ Lee at Royal Rumble. Actually, I have a full plan of what I would like to see for AJ. I would love for her to come back at Royal Rumble. I would love for at some point in time us to have a mixed tag team match with her and CM Punk and Liv and Dom. Like that would be, I think that would be excellent, and I would love to see that. But either way, I would love to see AJ come back, at least for the Royal Rumble. I mean, if she doesn't want to do multiples, that's fine. I would just love to see her return for at least that match. But I think a mixed tag match with Liv and Dom would be cool too. Especially since they've kind of had a little bit of words. I think that would be awesome. AJ and Roxanne would be really, really good together. Because she's kind of been like a role model. Her and CM Punk have really helped her out in her career, so that would be a good one too. And Roxanne is fantastic. Also, last Tuesday night, Gigi came back. Super excited about that. I do like Gigi, and I'm glad to see her more. Plus, her and Tatum together are going to be awesome. Male wrestler. On the current roster, Jey Uso. All time HBK. I was a big DX fan, but I was also just a big Shawn Michaels fan in general. I remember like always watching him when he came on the screen. Like even if I didn't see anything else of that episode, I watched his match. WWE network is going away, but I think it's basically being replaced when they go to Netflix. I think that Netflix is going to house all of that. I'm also curious because they haven't really said, I don't think, because right now you have all of like the older pay-per-views on Peacock, and I'm wondering if they're going to stay there, if they're going to move over to Netflix. Hi, happy Friday. Also, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We kind of just chilled at home yesterday, and we're going to do our Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. It's a little easier for us to do it on the weekends. I've watched a lot of the older matches on Peacock. I watched all of the WrestleManias from like I don't know, like 2008 on. I didn't go back super, super far because I didn't have that much time. Eventually, I will go back that far, but I went like 2008 on and watched all of the WrestleManias. I watched some of the Royal Rumbles and SummerSlams. I think it's really cool that they house all that stuff and that you can go back and watch it now. I also think it's really cool to see how much it's changed and developed. I mean, especially honestly, if you're talking like the women's division, because if you go back far enough, I mean, you don't even have to really go back that far, honestly. But if you go back, like the women would have maybe one match on a PLE event, and now we have multiple women matches, or we have tomorrow a 10 women match, and it's just really, really cool to see the development of it all. Trish and Lita definitely started it, and then I feel like the four horsewomen pushed it. I mean, honestly, like the Bellas, Natalia, going back to them, they pushed it. I feel like Trish and Lita started it, and then like Natalia and Nikki and them ran with it. And then when you had Charlotte and Bailey and Sasha and all them come in as well, it just exploded. And now we have so many talented women on the roster, so many talented women in NXT. Like, we're just building and building and building, and I love it. It's honestly amazing just to see like the growth. And if you think about it, like the growth in such a smaller time frame. Because I'm sure if you went back, even to like Lita and Trish, like if you went back to them and said, like, you guys are going to main event WrestleMania, or you guys are going to have two matches at a pay-per-view event, like they would have been like, no way, because they just didn't get those opportunities like now, which is great because that just means that their hard work paid off. I don't think we see Sasha Banks again. She has the world in her hands at AEW. I mean, um, she got paid for one, and then she's got pretty much creative control over her character. So I think when you have that much um, opportunity and ability to control everything, like why would you come back? WWE is not gonna give her the. I mean, they listen to your input, but you're not gonna get full creative control, and that's what she has at AEW. So I don't think we see her in WWE again. And I was a big fan of Sasha Banks, but I just like, when you have the world in your hands, why would you come back? Yeah, I feel like Banks wants to do so much that WWE just doesn't fit her anymore, which is fine. Everybody moves on, and everybody does their own thing, and that's great. Um, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. At least not at this moment in time. Maybe down the line a little bit, but and she's also holding, like, I think the last time I checked, I don't watch a ton of AEW. I watch a little bit of it. I keep up with a couple people here and there, but she also, the last time I knew, had two belts, so they're obviously giving her like the spotlight. So again, why would you leave? Oh, that was pretty impressive. Again, I don't think I said this a little earlier, but I don't think Nakamura wins tomorrow. I just think that's too soon. But I also don't feel like that feud is over tomorrow. Like, I feel like they're going to continue on for a little while. I just feel like because he just came back a couple weekends ago, um, 2 weekends ago when we were there, he just came back. So I feel like him coming back and attacking LA Knight a couple times and then getting the belt just wouldn't make sense. But I do feel like that's a good stepping stone for a bigger feud, which I think LA Knight needs a big feud. And I don't mind it with Nakamura because I think he's talented. But I don't see him getting the belt, at least right now. If the feud goes on longer, maybe, but not right now. I'll be honest, I don't know how he fights in those baggy pants. I would trip over the legs on those things. John, who do you think John Cena's opponent is going to be at WrestleMania? I have a few people I would like to see, but I'm curious on what everybody else thinks. Oh, he removed the. Yeah, he removed the cover. Dirty? AJ Styles. I wonder, I don't remember seeing how long AJ was out for. So I hope he's not out for a long time. I want to see him back in the ring, of course. Um, I would love to see John go against The Rock again. I would love to see him go against Randy Orton at some point in time. And honestly, I would like to see him go against CM Punk. You know, I haven't seen, and maybe it's because I don't watch it consistently, because I really don't. I can't tell you the last time I watched a full AEW um, episode, but I haven't seen him in AEW a long time. I know he used to be on like pretty much every single week, but I haven't seen Samoa Joe a lot recently. Oh, that was a crazy turn of events. Now listen, LA, when you are trying to sneak up on somebody, you gotta come behind them, not to their side, because they can see you. Yeah, that was not gonna work out. You should have came from behind. Like he has you the whole time. Stupid dance. Oh, so he's gonna ban him. Good call, Nick Aldis. I hated that Samantha left too, but honestly, I wasn't too surprised after learning Ricochet was leaving. Because typically, when one leaves, you see the other one leave. So I wasn't super surprised that she left, but I was super disappointed because I loved Samantha. I feel like I feel like Jacob's gonna win tonight, but then usually the person that wins the advantage doesn't always win the match. So does that mean the new bloodline's gonna win the match? I don't know. I can't make my decision on that. I don't feel like this story is fun. Like, I don't think it's over at all. I think we're going to continue the story till WrestleMania. So I almost feel like if the OG bloodline wins, that kind of deads the storyline. I almost feel like the new bloodline has to win. I also think we're going to see an appearance from The Rock tomorrow. I have a feeling because I know he's going to be a part of WrestleMania. And I feel like if there's going to be a storyline there, we need to start creating it now. So I feel like he makes his return tomorrow. All I have to say is I honestly hope we get The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania if it's going to happen, rather than The Rock and Cody. Because I just don't want to. I don't know. I just have no interest seeing The Rock and Cody. And I know that he said he was coming back for Cody and he gave him something and whatever. I just have no interest in seeing that. I would much rather see The Rock versus Roman. What match are you guys most looking forward to tomorrow? What match are you most excited to see? Bloodline match? I have to agree. And I say the bloodline match because I think there's going to be some crazy shit to go down. So I'm excited to see where, how, who, when, what that goes because I think it's going to be wild. We have we have Gunther's title on the line, and then we have LA Knight's title on the line. Do you think either one of those lose their title? Ciampa's still mad. I think Okay, you don't have to yell. Chill. I think LA Knight keeps his title. I think. Oh, I guess Braun Breaker's title's on the line too. I forgot about that match. I think LA Knight keeps his title. I think Braun Breaker keeps his title. I think Gunther loses his title. Tommaso Ciampa's unhinged. Damn. He needs to meditate. He needs to meditate. He's a little too tight. I am so surprised these two are not fighting at War Games tomorrow. Like, I feel like this is a War Games match. It was so weird not seeing an audience during COVID. Roman was a menace, let's be honest. Hey, hey, everybody on Twitch and YouTube. How are you all? I mean, to be honest with you guys, I feel like Kevin is not in the wrong for being mad. And I love how, like, he was trying to justify why he was mad last week, and Cody was just like, no, that ain't true. I'm doing well. Ready for the Survivor Series match tomorrow for sure. I'm just so surprised this is not Survivor Series. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I guess they need to make main event popular too. But I just feel like that match was made for War Games. Am I the only one surprised by that? I feel like I'm not. So is he fighting somebody? Because he's in full gear. Who is he fighting? Oh, that's right. Because him and Mello got into it last weekend. Or last Friday. I forgot about that. I think Carmelo deserves a strong singles run. I really like Carmelo. And I feel like he hasn't got the full attention yet that he deserves. When do we think they're going to make a new commercial? Because Alpha Academy is not together anymore. Carmelo and Cena. I guess I could see that if the storyline was right. I think anybody would wrestle Cena given the shot, honestly, because he is one of the best. They're from the same area. Well, then that makes sense. He probably looked up to him, too. I want Cena versus Orton or Cody for the title. I want Randy versus Cody at WrestleMania. I have said that for weeks now. I want to see Randy face Cody for the title at WrestleMania. I will stand on that. Because I want to see that. And I honestly think the best way to do that is when Cody and KO face each other, Randy come out and help KO and turn heel. But yeah, I'm all for Randy and Cody at WrestleMania. That's one of my matches. I'm going to make a video of the matches that I want to see and see if any of them I get right when it comes time. It would be such a good match. Like, they would both be awesome, and I want Randy to turn heel again because heel Randy is the best, and I think Cody is his best opponent. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be disappointed if Randy won. This episode is about to be wild, too. I feel like they're going to go, like, all out for this episode. We're going to see lots of crazy shit. Also, when Drew McIntyre comes back, who do we think he's going to go against? Because him and CM Punk set a bar that's going to be um, hard to climb. I would love to see Drew and Wade because they're such good friends. And we've already seen like a little bit of like him not listening to Wade, him pushing Wade, and I would like to see Wade back for that match. I think that would be cool. But do we think that happens at WrestleMania? Do we think it happens sooner? I would say that's a WrestleMania match, probably. Do we think KO gets involved in this match? It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Mello got a mic. Oh. Oh. I feel like he's talking so much shit and he's gonna get smacked in no time. I mean, I hope not, but I feel like that's just where this is going. Oh. A 7 month review. I definitely think that day will come. I think Mello has a bright future. Oh, got him that time. So I need to look at that Saturday Night Main Event. Is it on like Peacock or is it gonna be on like USA? What is it coming on? So I'm curious to know, are you guys happy with the way Cody's title reign has gone so far? I want to know how you guys feel. I'll be honest, I am a little disappointed he's not fighting tomorrow. I feel like he should have defended his title tomorrow. And I also feel like I'm a little disappointed in like the creative in general. I wanted him to have a stronger I wanted him to have stronger feuds. Like if he was going to be champ, I wanted him to have stronger feuds. You know, everybody was talking about how like they wanted a fighting champ because they didn't like that Roman, just appeared here and there or whatever. And I get that, but I just feel like Cody hasn't really had that strength either per se. And I'm not really blaming him. I think it's more creative, but I'm just not really excited about his title run so far, I guess. I was like when he won at WrestleMania, it was kind of bittersweet. Like I knew he was going to, and don't get me wrong, I feel like he deserves it. But I am a Roman fan, and so I was, sad that he lost. But I mean, Jesus, it's just strengthened the Bloodline's whole story. It hasn't hurt them at all. It's a no shade to Rhea at all because I love Rhea. But does anybody else think her mask looks like Batman? Because I get Batman every single time she walks in the ring. Do you think The Rock turns tomorrow? I do. I think he's going to have some kind of return. I could definitely see it just being like his little pop out that he does. Um, it may not be anything big, but I feel like he's definitely going to show his face. I swear, her mask reminds me of Batman, and it's no shade to her. I love her. She looks fabulous with a broken face, but it just reminds me of Batman. Which Batman is a badass, so that's fine. Rhea's badass and Batman's badass. They should go together. I definitely think LA Knight is retaining his title. I think, and I talked about it a little earlier, but I think having Shinsuke return 2 weeks ago, you know, sneak attack him a couple times, um, and then win the title tomorrow doesn't make sense. With that being said, I think LA Knight retains, but I don't think the LA Knight Shinsuke feud is over. I think it'll continue. There'll be more to that storyline. And maybe Shinsuke will win it down the road. I just don't think it's tomorrow. But it definitely, I feel like there has to be more to the storyline before he actually wins. See, Carmella's really good in the ring. I think we definitely need to see more of him as a singles competitor. Because I think he could give these people a run for their money. I set a goal, you guys, for 2,000 followers by the end of 2024. And the last time I looked, we were about 100 away from that. So we're super close, and I'm super excited. I haven't been doing this very long, so I'm just thankful that I have almost 2,000 of you guys, and thankful for all of the people that I've met through wrestling, because it's such a supportive community. Carmelo and Andrade was very good. There's not many. There's not many people that can have that many matches and every single one of them be good. I have a feeling KO is probably there. Let's be honest. This match is a lot longer than I expected it to be. Oh. Oh. This is a good match between these two. I really honestly didn't think it would go this long, but it's really good. I also feel like they're playing into this injury so that he looks a little weak for when he does face KO. Michael Cole couldn't help but laugh at that. Knew that was going to happen. Jeez, Melo is athletic. You know what? I want to see a Melo versus Montez Ford match. Because they're both super athletic, and that match would be insane. One, two, three. That was a good match. All right, since we're just past Thanksgiving, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Let me know. What is your go to Thanksgiving? Number one. Yeah, he deserves a singles run. He needs more matches. December 14th. So it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's a quick turnaround. I really wish it wasn't that early. Isn't Hayes dating Kalani Jordan? I think they've been together for a little while now. Oh, how's the sit down gonna go? Roman already checking his watch. Roman, chill out. Listen, I love Roman, but he gonna have to check his ego a little bit because he ain't got the support that he once had. Because all these people know that they can be on their own. But you do, Roman. This isn't starting out well. Well, get over it. You have to. Facts. Tell him, Paul. Oh, I'm here for a CM Punk Roman feud too. Let's do it. Oh. What's the favor? I don't like this. I feel like something's up with Paul. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know what's going to happen in that match. I feel like something's up with Paul. I want to know what the hell the favor is. The Rock and Heyman, Punk and Heyman, Jimmy and Heyman. I don't know. I just feel like Heyman is not going to be the tribal chief to Roman anymore. And I'm trying to enjoy the moment, but I just don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about it at all, actually. I feel like there's some shady stuff going on. Also, I feel like all of this has to come together somehow because we still had Jimmy talking to Braun, so what was that? There's so many, like, open questions. And I feel like we're not going to get all of those answered tomorrow, obviously, but I feel like we have to answer some of them. I don't know. What do we think the favor is? I think the favor is teaming back up with Punk. Like, he wants his guy back. Yeah, commercial just skipped and replayed. That was really weird. I feel like I'm set on the favor has to be that he wants Paul back. Like, if he does this for Paul and Roman, he gets Paul back. And we know Roman is not going to be very happy with that. That's his wise man. But again, I go back to last week. He said, "That's my wise man," and CM said, "We'll see." So I just feel like that's what it has to be. I don't know. This War Games is going to be, like, I feel like this is the most unpredictable PLE I've had this year. Like, I feel like the other PLEs, like, I at least felt like I knew how some of the matches were going to go. I don't feel like I know how any of the matches are going to go tomorrow. Like, I feel like there's so many directions, and I'm just super confused at this point. I will say, I'll be honest, if Gunther retains, I'm going to be a little mad because I think he needs to lose. And I think he needs a character change. So I'm not going to lie there. All right, I hope Meechin wins this one. I mean, I like Piper, but I hope Meechin advances. I think Meechin deserves more spotlight. And I love that Chelsea Green won last week, let's be honest. Love that. Lash Legend. I think these girls should get called up too. Like, I feel like they pretty much have been because they've been on the main roster for weeks now. And if Jade is actually hurt, because I still don't know, if Jade is actually hurt, then I feel like maybe they're a strong contention for the tag titles. Because they're very good. Georgia is down 17-0 to Georgia Tech at halftime. That's wild. The SEC has been wild this year. Sorry, little football break. I just saw that notification and I was like, did I really read that right? Are they down 17-0 to Tech? I really hope Meechin wins this. She deserves the spotlight. Heck yeah. So if they lose, what does that do to the SEC? In the championship game. I mean, I know Alabama has no shot because they lost bad to Oklahoma last week. It was rough. If y'all didn't see it, it was rough. Oh, I guess Georgia's already in it? Hmm. Oh, so Georgia's already in the SEC tournament from what it looks like. They'll play either Texas or Texas A&M, whoever wins. Hmm. So I guess tonight really doesn't matter for them. I mean, it does. You don't want that loss, but they're already in the championship game, so. Wow. See? Right there. She's very good. Oh, that was close to missing. That could have been a scary fall. Listen, Chelsea, calm down. Leave Meechin alone. Oh, okay, B-Fab. Yes. Chels. Piper, you better pay attention to Lash, not Chels. I really hope Chelsea is in the final of the championship, but part of me feels like Bailey is going to be. But I love Chelsea. I think it's going to be, let's see. We have Bailey and Chelsea already. I think tonight's going to be Meechin and then Naomi. My predictions are up on YouTube of my theories of the whole tournament. So check that out if you're curious to see what I think, because I have a theory that it's going to play into this little Naomi heel turn a little bit. I also posted a video after the title was announced on Raw that Zelina Vega deserves it, and some people agreed, some people were a little shaky, and like I said, obviously we just need to give it to Zelina, and people were like, no, we need a tournament, we need a fight, like they have to earn it. I know they have to earn it. I'm not dumb, but I just want to give Zelina her flowers because she deserves them. But I think Zelina is a good contender for that title. I think that Maxine is underrated. Honestly, I really like Maxine. But you also have like Sonya and Zoe and Shayna. You've got Ivy Nile. You've got so many people. That it honestly it's gonna be a good tournament. I have not seen any announcement for the tournament. So if they have, I have not seen that. So I'm not even sure when that is starting. But there's a lot of people that it could go to. But I just think Zelina deserves some flowers and some recognition because I think she's killing it. And you obviously have Natalya. Natty is just a staple in WWE. Oh, look at the strength. I like the team of Piper and Chelsea, honestly. I think it was one that no one was expecting to work out as good as it has. Ooh. Ooh. Choke slam. Dang. Lash is legit, y'all. Next SmackDown is in Minnesota. Tiffany will either have the belt or win it next Friday. She is from there, so I could definitely see her winning the belt and then like celebrating in Minnesota. That would make sense. I will not be live streaming next Friday for sure. I have a Christmas party to go to, but I'll be checking my phone, seeing what happens. But we'll be on Monday. And then I'll be on at some point in time tomorrow, at least for a little bit. I forgot that next week was in Minnesota. So now that even makes me think more that she's going to cash in tomorrow and win. Because then she could celebrate in Minnesota. Mm, that would make sense. Oh. Oh, missed. Holy cow. Oh my god. Her strength is unreal. She definitely missed. Like, I love Michin, but she definitely missed. Yes. Let's go, Michin. That's the right call. Naomi, Tiffy, Electra. Yeah. So Tiffy is gonna either have a belt or she's gonna get a belt. Let's be real. Electra's just not got enough character development behind her, so that's got to be Naomi's. I also feel like whoever wins this title is going to be a vet because it's like their first ever, so it's gonna be a vet, which would fall in in Bayley's favor. They have like up to 40% off right now. I looked today. I need that Tiffy title. Okay, is that Tiffy title new? Because if it is, that just furthers my thought that she's going to win a title. Or have they had that for a while? I really don't know. I'm looking it up now. I don't see a specific Tiffy title, so maybe she was just saying Tiffy title. Yeah. So she was just saying that it's a Tiffy title. There's not a specific one. I was about to say, if they dropped a Tiffy title, then she's for sure winning the belt tomorrow. Hey, Tony! How are you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Well, yesterday we just kind of chilled out. We are having Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I'm gonna be like eating my turkey and watching Survivor Series at the same time. But I'm gonna be tuning into your recap, so listen, I'm stressing too. I had already said earlier that like I was going to do my predictions video today, but I don't even know what to predict because I feel like it could go 19,000 different ways and my mind is just like going in circles at the moment. So, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I know it's about to be wild. Crazy. It's going to be crazy. Like the women ain't going to get along. The bloodline's not going to get along. It's just going to be insane. So I'm gonna eventually drop my predictions, but I just don't know when that's gonna be because I gotta wrap my mind around everything. But I know one thing. I definitely think DP winning is the right call. Like Damien has to win. I think Jacob's gonna win, although I wish Jay would, but I just feel like Jacob's gonna win. But that gives me a little bit of hope because usually when the team wins the advantage, they don't win the match. So maybe my OG bloodline can pull it out, but I'm not too confident. Fingers crossed too. But I also have a bad feeling about Paul Heyman, especially after seeing that CM Punk clip tonight. Listen, I'm not trying to say anything here, but like, if his eyes were bothering him, wouldn't you think they'd be a little red? Let's be real. They should put a little red or something there. right? Like his eyes were clear as a mirror. Like they're just, I don't know. I don't know. They crazy. I don't think Braun loses. So is that going to be the main event? Has they announced the main event yet? I feel like the Bloodline has to be the main event. Which, if it is the main event, that just means even more crazy shit's going to happen. Jimmy's always got them crazy eyes. Like LA Knight's eyes. Jimmy's got those crazy eyes. I can't deal. We haven't heard the Jey Uso walkout in a while. That red shirt's on sale right now for $23. Your girl almost snagged it today. Still might. I am very intrigued by this match because I want to see a little more of Jacob besides just being Solo's right hand man, because I think he is super talented in the ring. I honestly think he could be a bigger star than Solo. And don't get me wrong, like Solo has improved and his promos have killed it lately, but I just feel like Jacob could really take it to the next level. I couldn't be on that scare tactic show. No way. I'd be freaking out. And if they had anything pop out at me, I'd probably punch it. Would not work. I heard Big E was going to have some type of role in the New Day celebration. So I don't know if he's going to be there, going to send in a video. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited to see Big E on our screen again. I still think they break up on Monday night, but I'm excited to see Big E in whatever role he has. And I hope that he can get healthy and come back to the ring, because I would love to see him back in the ring. I did see somebody say like, what if Big E comes back and like brings them back together, and I just after last week's promo when they were basically like going in on everything that the other one has failed at, I don't think they're getting back together at all. But I've switched gears a little bit, and I feel like maybe Kofi is going to turn on Xavier instead of the other way around. Hi! Thank you for hopping on. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving and everything? All the good stuff. This match is about to be good, I feel. Thank you for stopping by. I'm streaming tonight because I won't be streaming tomorrow. Because we haven't had our Thanksgiving yet. We're actually having it tomorrow. So I'll be doing that while Survivor Series is on. I'll be watching, of course, and may pop on afterwards, but I definitely won't be on during it. So thought I would go ahead and stream tonight. But either way, y'all are going to hear from me because I know it's about to be crazy. I can't either. I was just saying though, like I was gonna do my prediction video today, but I still like don't know what's gonna happen. So I haven't done it yet. I will do it tomorrow, but I'm just still going in circles on what I think's gonna happen because I think this is like one of the PLEs this year that I really don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like there's just so many unpredictable things. I haven't done mine either. Everything can go either way. It's not predictable at all. Like I feel like I like think about like my predictions and I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then I'm like, but what if this happens? So I'm just shook on the whole thing. I feel like Finn could cost Damien. It's such a possibility. But I also feel like if Damien loses, what has this whole purpose of making Gunther seem weak been? I'm kind of going back and forth. I honestly hope Damien wins, but I don't have full confidence because I know Finn said like he's coming for Damien when he least expects it, and right now Damien has his eyes set on Gunther, so it would be not expected. Oh, Yeah, I knew this was not going to go well for Jay. I mean, they got to make Jacob look dominant. You can't have a name the werewolf and not look dominant. See, and that's why I feel like Damien could win because I feel like there's a stronger storyline with Damien holding the title. You know, Finn could come after it, Dom could come after it. I just feel like he has more feuds than Gunther. I also feel like we're going to see a Gunther and Kaiser feud, but I don't think that needs the belt. So I'm torn too. I don't know. I just don't know. And then I think, okay, because Kaiser's in a title match, like, what if Kaiser wins the title and then Gunther loses and then Gunther is jealous of Kaiser? Like, I don't know. Finn, Dom, and Damien would cook. Like, honestly. Like, we've seen Finn and Dom kind of be not, jiving very well. And then we know they don't like Damien. And so that match would just be awesome. And I could see that happening. And we've seen the tension in the bloodline, and I feel like eventually we're going to get the breakup. We're going to get Liv, Dom, and Raquel breaking away from the others. So that would just like fuel that fire even more. I'm waiting for Gunther and Kaiser because I know it's coming. They haven't been jiving lately, they haven't been getting along. And so I know it's coming, I just don't know how it's going to happen. But I feel like with what we've seen of Gunther lately, I feel like he's going to have a face turn. I feel like they're almost like trying to make you feel bad for him. So I feel like he's going to have a face turn. I am hopeful we get a Tiffy cash in tomorrow. It's hard to imagine him as a face too. Like, I don't see him as a face at all, but I feel like that seems to be the direction that they're going. They want you to feel bad for him. They want to make him seem weak. They want to like change up his character. That would be the way to do it. And Kaiser, like, if he does go against Kaiser, Kaiser's not going to be a face. Like, I feel like Kaiser is like a true heel. Have a good night. We'll chit chat tomorrow for sure. Oh, good move. Good move. I like that they want, like, well, they're not supposed to have any interruptions in this match because I don't think this match needs anybody else. I think these two can just completely kill this match without anybody. Oh, yeah, I don't know how this match tomorrow's gonna go. Oh, you knew that was gonna happen at some point in time. That's it. That's insane. I really like that we're getting to see Jacob on his own. We haven't seen him a lot on his own, and I love that we're getting to see that because it's crazy good. I kind of feel like Jacob's going to be the difference maker too. But can we just talk about the power of that team? We've got Solo, Jacob, and Bronson. As much as I hate to admit it, the power that they have is insane. If anybody wanted to make a drinking game, you could definitely drink every time he says, I love you, Solo. Oh, listen, Jay's about to be sore tomorrow after all this. They'd have awkward Thanksgiving. No, Jacob does not have an off switch. Oh, spear. Come on, Jay. Prove me wrong. This match has been so good. These two, listen, I am putting it on the petition now. Can we get a Jay Jacob feud, just them by themselves? Make it for a belt, make it for a title. I don't care. Just make it happen. I gotta get the hell out of here. wouldn't that be such a good match? Like, Jay and Jacob, like, this match is just the start. They would have a killer match together, especially if something major was on the line, like a title. I'm all for it. What are you doing, Jay? Oh, you took too much time. That was not going to end well. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, he done. That's all she wrote. Damn, Jay. You should have go take all that time. That's all she wrote. I told y'all I felt like Jacob was gonna win. That's it. Ring it up. I figured that was happening. Figured that was gonna happen. But let's talk about that match. That was insane. We need more of that. It ain't feeling good for the OG bloodline tomorrow, let me tell you. Yeah, he's crazy athletic. Look at that. That's insanity. Well, that's all she wrote, you guys. On to Survivor Series. It's going to be a wild one. I have a feeling it's going to be a PLE we're going to be talking about for a while. So, thank you guys for joining. At some point in time, I'll be on tomorrow. Whether it's a video live, don't know, but we'll be on at some point in time. But enjoy Survivor Series.